Hello and welcome to Bonaparte, a mechanized revolution. This is a brand new strategy tactics game which kind of says what if Napoleonic War but alternative history where they had giant mechas? Honestly, speaks to me on quite a deep level. It's a bit strategy. It's got a bit grand strategy. It's got a bit of a tactics combat layer. When I first saw this game, I said it looked really, really beautiful. It's made by a Montreal studio, who I always love. So I thought we'd check it out for a couple hours this morning, get a little taste, see whether or not we like it, see whether or not you like it. At the outbreak of the Revolution, you were a soldier. Your name was César or Céline. Well, obviously I'm Céline Dion. Céline Dion Bonaparte. Versailles, July 1789. The once glorious kingdom of France teeters on the brink of collapse. Common people starve, the bourgeois chafe at unfair taxation, flash riots break out across Paris. For the first time in almost 200 years, King Louis agrees to convene the Estates General, a gathering of representatives from the clergy, nobility, and commoners to aid their grievances and save the country from financial ruin. As a member of the King's Royal Guard, you are here on duty. I take the King's safety seriously? No, my career is important to me. I don't take the King's safety seriously. Down with the King. Your skill has earned you the recent promotion to the rank of Capitaine. You surveil the restless crowd. Loyal subjects, you have been summoned to discuss a dire matter. Though we are proud of General Lafayette and our Colossi Phlogistrorum for defeating the British in the American War, the victory has left our treasury empty. Look at this sick robot. Is that a France robot? That is a fancy France noble robot. You've only encountered Colossi in training. Their power is unlike anything you've wielded in battle. I want to command one. They require a strong hand. It is my dream to harness their might. New taxes are needed to repay the loans that financed the war. Ignorant oaf, the people are already overburdened, says George Denton of the Indulgence. His Majesty means well, but how could the people possibly give more to their country, says the Marquis de Lafayette. After much discussion, a radical voice calls out, Enough with you and your taxes. The time has come for a new form of government. Ooh, classic Robespierre. Oh, there's so many characters in this. How dare you? I should have you hanged for such treasonous words. My prince, please forgive my colleague. However imprudent his statement, I am sure we're all in agreement. France needs reform. A constitutional monarchy with a king as its head and a body comprised of its populace would serve and protect all. The estates meet in private for further discussion, and on their return, the bourgeois declare themselves the National Convention, claim the right to govern themselves. I refuse to recognize this. I am the ruler of France, and France is me. I decide what is and is not the law. We are here by the will of the people. We will not leave except at the point of bayonets. Brothers, they are calling for a revolution. We must crush this movement. Summon the Royal Army. Secure Versailles and Paris. 40,000 royal troops arrive from across the country surrounding Versailles and Paris. The soldiers' arrival only provokes outrage in the streets. The people protest outside the Bastille, a prison fortress in central Paris and a symbol of the arbitrary injustices of the monarchy. Wow, they're teaching us a lot of lore, I guess, right now. We demand the garrison surrender. Release all the prisoners and give us your weapons. Across the city, the Royal Guard is pulled in every direction. This farce has gone on long enough. Captain Bonaparte, my troops await order, Your Highness. The riot in the street is at a boiling point. The violence might spill over and claim innocent lives if it's not quelled. Take command of a Colossus. Crush the revolt at the Bastille. Ultra-royalist. You would deploy the Colossi? Against our own people? They are not foreign invaders. They are French. They are traitors and dissidents who have forsaken your king, or perhaps you share their sympathies, Bonaparte. The situation will be dealt with. Viva la France. Let's go crush some peasant rabble. Cool. Captain Bonaparte, let's advance upon the enemy. Select a unit you control with left click. Then to move the selected unit, right click a vacant tile. You can undo your movement by clicking undo. You can use middle click to pan the camera around. Cool. Nice little world here. What do we have? We have skirmishers, citizen militia, and Jacques Hébert. Citizen militia. Dragoon and a duelist. Regimented. Active. Energized. Massive. Other units cannot pass through this tile. Reactive. Can use a riposte if attacked from the front. Mecha saber. Trample. Saber and trample. So I wonder if I go here with my giant robot, I could probably then attack this guy with my Mecha Saber. Normal attack, 84%. Oh, cool. We get a little sort of advanced wars style combat. All units have movement and AP, attacking costs and AP, but there are other actions you can also take. Icons above your units show how many actions you have left. Sometimes they have special stuff. Click things and you'll figure everything out. It'll turn gray when it's used everything, and your turn will automatically end if you've used all your points. Ah, so that guy has a movement and an action. Heat accumulated per tile. Could I trample this guy? Oh, I totally could. I mean, I'm kind of just curious to do it. Landway, you coward, let us in. We cannot allow your entry. In the name of the king, we will defend this fortress with our lives. Your loyalty is commendable, but the king cares little whether you or your men live or die. Why waste your lives? Surrender, or we'll hang every last one of you. You guide the Colossus forward, and the ground quivers with each step announcing your presence. This is enough, citizens of Paris. I am Captain Bonaparte of the Royal Guard. While I sympathize with your outrage, I will not condone any acts of violence. Leave now and you will not be harmed. We'll stay where we are until every last prisoner is released. Lucian, you led the mob here. Each of us chose to rise up and fight today. Join us, turn the Colossus against the crown, take the Bastille and liberate its prisoners. Citizens of Paris and my own brother are risking their lives to fight for liberty. If only I could stand with them. Captain Bonaparte, the mob is growing. Help us disarm them before they wreak havoc on the city. What are our orders? Whom do our loyalties lie? Oh, let's fight for the people. Liberate the Bastille. You pull an iron lever and fumes of phlogiston rush through the pipes like blood. The air warms. From the commander's seat, your enemies look small. The captain's defected to arms. See, and now we've given a giant robot to the, you know, to the citizens. So my mech already lost its fleur-de-lis. Oh no. But it took so little damage. Swap direction. Muster your entire field army for one coordinated push, plus 1 action points per turn. Oh man, I lit those guys up too. Okay, so it looks like we can only pivot left and or right. Oh, I get to use all these guys. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. I think that cannon is gonna probably rip our dudes to pieces, but musket, bayonet charge. I definitely don't want to be in a line, because I feel like that thing is gonna just be able to blat us if I do that. I mean, it's the opening fight. I probably don't have to think that hard. Chant. Oh, cool. Surge. That's morale, so I guess rallying with these guys would be good. Rally with everyone as we move forward and go for the kills. Terribly sorry about trampling you before. Ooh. All right, all right. These guys have muskets and these guys have rifles. But they also have bayonet charges. 300 damage per tile traveled. Okay, but they can only go 2. So they do 600. 1.5 attack damage bonus. One, two. So you're telling me if I go here, though, I could then bayonet charge these guys? Or I could shoot them and do what looks like the same amount of damage. Oh, I can negotiate. Humans can be reasoned with. Chance to cause them to surrender instantly. Ow. Line infantry, heavy cannon. You can get all the way up. I doubt you can. I feel like I could probably trample the whole group of these guys, but oh no, maybe not. Mess up this cannon. Then we'll move our giant robot in. We can vent to reduce heat. Ah, okay, so we don't have morale. What we have is heat. We can also repair. And motivate guys in a squad around us. Like, let's try to get in here and trash this cannon. That's probably my biggest threat here, so. Oops. Confirm. Get a couple of peasants in here. And I think I better tie this guy up as well. Because my concern is like that these guys could stab us in the back or something. As we're still trying to figure out how it all works. Been a lot of games where you play as automatons in revolutionary France. There's been a few in recent years for sure. Bankroll and rally. Ooh, okay. Bankroll. I don't know what bankroll means. Listen, our citizens are fighting for what they believe in right now. That's all we can ask. Flank the enemy by going around and attacking from the butt. Attacking from the butt gives us bonuses and prevents them from riposting. So, like, I could attack you in the butt. Ah, yes. Very good. I see. I see. Mecha robot. Mecha robot. Mecha robot. Guess you always want to flank with your main guys, probably. As often as you can. I mean, these guys got a musket. Can we just shoot them and not take damage? Or could I negotiate with them and get them to surrender? What's their deal right now? Low health. Reactive. Active. Disciplined. Loyal. We can also intimidate dudes. What is the low morale threshold, I wonder? I think this guy is still above it, so... maybe let's just do this. Ripperoni. Then we could do a little, flanking rifle attack. I think we'll kill this guy off. Oh, no, we won't. You attack again? No, but you do have more movement. That's cool. So this Dragoon can, like, move after he's already gone. Can I just move around this guy and then attack him in the back? That's ridiculous. See if we can finish him off. If a unit runs out of morale, it will capitulate. We should hit the enemy with attacks that deal more morale damage if there's an opportunity. Oh, have they just, like, given up right now? I can intimidate. But I would have just been better off stabbing them. You know what I mean? Oh, I guess we could fire a warning shot at this dude. And this would put him into low morale. So now he has the low morale thing, and I could say intimidate. Negotiate. Who else can negotiate? This guy can negotiate. I am giant war robot. Defeat an enemy with the negotiate button. I think we'll just kill these dweebs. We got one guy to surrender. That feels right, right? Steel Rising. Yeah, Steel Rising was one of the other ones. Mecha style games. The Bastille is ours. Lay down your arms. Spare our lives. Let them go. Our enemy is the monarchy. The garrison was doing its duty. We could spare the garrison. Soldiers of Bastille garrison scatter, fleeing the revolutionaries in their seething bloodlust. The governor turns to leave when Herbert grabs him by the collar. Someone must pay for what happened today. Hulbert pushes Lonley into the mob and the crowd lynches him, hacks off his head to mount it onto a pike. Viva la Revolution. Meanwhile, at Versailles, the Bastille has fallen at the hands of our own royal guard. Give the word and I will use our remaining colossi to pacify Paris. It's too risky, even if we had enough phlogiston. How many more colossi could we lose to turncoats? The Comte de Mirabel and the Marquis de Lafayette request an audience. We heard the news, your majesty. The violence must not continue. Indeed, how shall we calm these brigands who loot my kingdom? Compromise, one that will preserve your dignity. Captain, we just finished searching the Bastille. We found nothing, no prisoners, no weapons. I guess they were ready for the riots. They must have transported everything, but with strong morale and the power of the Colossus, we can still resist the royal army. An army in blue arrives in front of the Bastille, led by Lafayette and Mirabeau. Captain Bonaparte, we come in peace. The king has declared a ceasefire. All soldiers of the royal army are to withdraw from Paris. All revolutionaries will be granted amnesty as long as they disperse peacefully. What of our demands? We will not stand down until we have a government that serves the people. The king has decreed a new constitutional government, the National Convention, a representative assembly that will reform the laws of our country. Former deputies of the State General are invited to join the convention. My men have escorted for them from Versailles. You are free to go. Lafayette's soldiers release Robespierre, Danton, and the other deputies. They join the crowd, beaming with pride. Viva la Revolution! The king will remember this day in fear. With your power, we can change France. You're free to express your dissatisfaction, but talks of treason and regicide will result in arrest. The mob grumbles, growing tense and restless. His soldiers start to draw their muskets when Mirabeau steps forward with a gentle smile. Brave citizens of Paris, we are all on the same side. Let us celebrate together this historic victory. You have the nation's eternal gratitude. Vive la Revolution. Triumphant cries echo throughout the city. You lose sight of Lucien and the rebellious crowd. The mob disperses. Peace is restored. As for you, Captain Bravo, your actions have protected the people and brought constitutional government to France. For your service, I invite you to take part in the National Convention as part of the Moderates, coalition of enlightened individuals committed to finding a peaceful path towards progress. What is peace without change? The Jacobins fight for the people. We will try to effect change through the National Convention, but we are not afraid to stain the hands with the blood of the oppressors. So this is like the different groups, and we get to decide, I think, who we ally with. Yes. The Jacobians, the Moderates, or the Royalists, which I cannot do because I have betrayed the king. Constitutional monarchy or republic, they believe in liberty and unity, and they support the bourgeois. You are a revolutionary republic, equality and justice. You support the masses. Let's go crazy. Let's go far left. Together we will save France from her oppressors. Viva la peuple! Here you can see the party's current resources. Votes for the bourgeois, moderate publications, Jacobian publications. Okay. Next. The faction clubs and the codex. The menu bar. The time panel. Turns until the National Convention and the current level of terror. Terror rises due to military violence, propaganda, or oppressive laws. High levels of terror will lead to major historical events. While terror should be balanced, it will inevitably rise over time. Recent events. Army panel. Current strength. Switch the leader. Overall size. Return to Bonaparte's army. Attack enemy regions. Right-click on neutral or allied regions to move to them. Click here to end the turn. Okay. Discuss with the Moderates Club. Discuss the Royalists. Discuss with the Jacobians. Attack and conquer Maloon. What shall we discuss? Your views on government. You are an ardent Republican. Why do you believe that the monarchy must be abolished? They are inherently tyrannical due to their fundamental principle, one rule over all. Equality cannot exist. Your views on terror? Change is impossible without hardship. A revolution cannot succeed without violence. Soak my hands in the blood of our enemies to free the French people from oppression. Oh, so there's 3 different groups here. We're going to have to decide, like, within the Jacobins, who we support. France must become a republic. It's the only way to bring equality to France. Do we really think the king won't plot against us? We must abolish the monarchy. Terror is necessary because it's the means to political dominance. We have no choice in the matter. Our enemies will do the same. Silence our enemies. Will it harm the innocent? Of course. Okay, and what about this guy? This guy seems like he's just a man of the people. What do you want, Bonaparte? All right, I like this guy already. We don't need that drunk lazy pig and his queen lording over us. We need real patriots in charge. Our world's insane, Bonaparte. The clergy and noble are only 1/20th of the people, but they own everything. It makes no sense, but it's an easy fix. Chop off their heads and take what's ours. All right, I like that guy the most. We gotta at least talk to everybody here. This guy wants a constitutional monarchy, committed to reforming the country while minimizing social change. Perfect government doesn't exist, but one day we could become a republic. Terror is a barbaric tool and I abhor it. A true patriot would not wish this upon his fellow countrymen. And then the Comte d'Artois. The monarchy is the beating heart of France. To constrain the monarchy is to crush the life out of the nation. In the words of the Sun King, my grandfather, the estate is me. To restore France to its glory, the king must have more power, not less. I will be his instrument of the king's divine retribution and repay tenfold every insult and degradation that my family suffered. All right, this guy's just like a noble jerkwad, but... So, apparently our job is to attack Maloon. We have Céline Bonaparte. We have Joachim Murat on the Dragoon. We have a line infantry. and a skirmisher. I assume there must be some sort of recruiting we can do as well. You know how Robespierre ended up, right? He does seem the most level-headed of the option. I ain't so sure on that, but skirmishers and you guys are line infantry. Okay, so I guess like boop, 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 tack, 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 tack. Sure, these are just like citizens. I guess we do get bonuses for keeping our troops kind of in a squad. And I also suppose that we can do things like motivate, rally, rally, rally. Bunch of peasants. I will be curious to see, like, do we heal in between fights? Can move up to 4 occupied tiles. Oh. Oh, but it uses like the rest of your... I understand. I didn't, but I do now. So technically, if I go like this, I can attack all of these guys just in the flank. Which seems to make a lot of sense to me. I was thinking about bayoneting charging, but maybe I'll just shoot them because... we can at least drop them to the low health debuff. So that's 5 morale damage for all adjacent enemies. Would that be better than hitting them with a mech saber? I feel like it might actually. Two times attack damage until you take damage or up to 3 turns, can only be used once per battle. So I probably should have used like my surges that round and just did a big heavy opening hit. Smack. Thankfully the computer does not seem smart enough to know how to flank. I guess also this is just a bunch of peasants versus a massive giant robot. Does kind of give you a bit of an advantage. Murhat, the guy who ended up king of Sicils or Naples. Feels like that could be. So, like 10 morale damage. I kind of feel like I don't want to kill the citizens as much as I can, right? Why not intimidate them? Why not fire warning shots? Like, that breaks their morale. And now I can negotiate with them. And they're no longer in combat. You guys got to pivot. You guys got to pivot. And then just shoot them in the back. I wonder if there's like any real bonus for the difference in doing this, right? Like, do you get anything different from intimidating versus killing them outright? I'd have to assume you must. That guy didn't even attack. Medium heat damage. Ooh. So you can fire a warning shot at him. And then we should also just be able to negotiate. I mean, I feel like if we're going for the people, negotiating is the way to do this. Prisoner of war. Aha. Send him to the guillotine. This will raise the terror level by 10. Release him. Will lower the terror level by 10, or imprison him, which will raise the level of terror by 0. I mean, can we just like keep attacking? There is the king. What do we have around the map here? We have ultra royalists to the north. Looks like our allies are to the east in the Alsace-Lorraine. George Danton has an army out here. Can I also move you? You have a huge army. Strategic action panel shows things like being able to recruit. Okay. Your faction. Allies, allies, allies. Neutral, 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 neutral. I see, I see. So this is the only actual character I can control. And our homies will move around and take stuff as well. Gotcha. Fire warning shot in their direction, but it's a grenade launcher. I said fire. Fire the missiles. Bong. 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 I wonder if owning an entire province gives you extra stuff. You can click here to recruit a new officer. Click here to mobilize an officer unit into a new army. You can also click transfer to merge units from one to another. Click here to recruit a new unit. Okay. Mobilize unit. Oh, if you want it to be its own army. Okay. Line infantry, heavy cannon, and hussars for those points. Can't create new colossuses, but I can recruit new battalions, which cost gold. Gold! Well, it does seem like I should probably get at least a new character here. Piloting, persuasion, and leadership. This guy's got good leadership, and he has a heavy cannon, which feels like it would be pretty useful. This guy's really good at persuasion, though. And piloting. You know what? Let's take him. Ney would be a great help to our cause. That night, Bonaparte visits Ney. We need people like you. Join us and we can change the future of France. What kind of future will this be? What did the Bonapartists fight for? The people, obviously. The rights of the people to create a revolutionary government that provides for each and every citizen. I'll do my best for the cause. Lead the way. Okay, cool. And he comes with his own extra unit here, too. don't quite understand what the different recruiters mean. 325. This feels like some sort of fancy line infantry, slightly better version. Why don't we hire that guy? Did that work? I don't understand. Oh, I did the wrong. I had to recruit a line infantry. No more actions left. But I didn't actually recruit someone. Now everybody else is taking territory but me. No disband unit option, which is a bit of a whoops in a game like this. I mean, I guess you can just like make separate armies. Dang, that's where I was going. Garrison shows the army protecting this region. Districts show regions, buildings in the region contribute a certain amount of resources per turn. Click on a building, open the option menu, and upgrade it. Construct new buildings on underdeveloped territory. Construct a new building in Paris or upgrade a building in Milan. The Notre Dame Cathedral, City Hall, the Phlogiston Refinery, slums, and a village. A church, a factory, a Jacobean club, or a printing press. Well, I can't, unfortunately, recruit any of those. And upgrade a building in Milan. How about this farmland? Salt, I want you leading that effort. Weary-eyed carpenters and masons sit around looking for direction. Stand up and get to work. The workers are roused by Salt's direction, wholeheartedly upgrading the farmland. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get the troop I tried to recruit last turn. Because I guess I tried to recruit the wrong one. And I can't recruit anything else there. Can I attack this guy's army? I mean, it's like 16 to 11. I feel like... why not get in there? I can't recruit because there's like a ceasefire? How come that guy was allowed to move too? I feel like we've like screwed up and lost a lot of territory here, so yeah, like this guy has cut us off now. 2 turns to the National Convention. Strategic and military view. Right click on an own territory with your army to spread propaganda, gaining support in the region and lowering support of another faction. See a breakdown of the support each class has for each faction. Only the nobility is allowed to vote, so only their support matters. The Comte de Mirabeau is here to see you. Has brought a guest. Escorting an unfamiliar woman despite her polished appearance, the scent of oil and iron clings to her. Madame Marie-Anne Paulise Lavoisier. Surely you recognize the name. Your husband discovered phlogiston and prototyped the first Colossus, a commission for the crown for better or worse. His work is remarkable. Commanding a Colossus is an experience like no other. It's a shame he didn't accompany you. He's been ill for some time and sojourns in the countryside. Her own involvement in the development of Colossi cannot be understated. She worked quite closely. I was his first pupil as lab assistant. Later, I became a collaborator. A union of the like-minded. Truly unique bond. The Colossi are our children. I am offering my services. Like to support the military endeavors of the Bonapartists. You believe in our cause? Inconsequential. The Lavoisier legacy lives through the Colossi. And after the American War, French development of Colossi stagnated. Hundreds of them were decommissioned and left to rust. Ornamental Colossi decorated nobles' gardens, mechanized canines to bark on the Queen's command. I've created nothing of real scientific consequence since. If I'm to work, let it be in the service of progress. We can now commission Colossi. I need gold and phlogiston. Yada, yada, yada. Go to support view. Spread propaganda using our army. Okay, here's the thing. I want to spread propaganda, but also I want to conquer some of this new territory. So I'm going to have this guy mobilize so that I can attack here. I really wish we didn't lose that turn not recruiting a character. That's a terrible glitch to have this early on. Mac, hello, good morning. I guess let's put the horsies up there. They do have some actual line troops this time, so we might just go for the murder, murder, kill, kill. Quite a lot of line infantry, actually. See where they all go. Interesting that a bunch of them just stayed in the back. Ah, so those guys can shoot back, but these guys can't. Because they don't have guns. Though also this is a flank. They shouldn't be able to shoot back anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Smack. Unfortunately, our dragoons cannot really get super far. Which might be problematic. I think what I'll do is I'll force march so I can go up here. Now I can't attack, but I was hoping at least, yeah, if these guys attack me, I'd be able to not be flanked, do some damage. Ouchie. Ooh. Citizen militia flank. Oh man, my line infantry right now is getting Getting a little bit gutted. Fervent. Yeah, so I could do some nasty tramples here. I feel like let's surge. And then I'm going to trample these guys. And I can still mech saber them. Now my heat is like up, so I'm going to start, I guess, taking heat damage. Let's actually put you maybe there. Oh, unbelievable. Right, like there's no penalty for walking out of combat, which I find very strange. Or I should say at least just like very surprising. Let's just do this. Deal with some of their morale. And then I should be able to like move here and trample across these guys. Should have surged. That's it. You know, I could have also moved down here and trampled across them, and I don't know, maybe that would have been the right choice. You know, why don't we move horsies down here? Oh, I don't get to pivot them for free? That's really unfortunate. Now I'm completely flanked. That's not good strategy. It should not auto end turn like that. If flanking is a serious concern in the game. Like I just took so much damage on that Dragoon there that I should not have taken it all. Oof. Oof. Well, what's fun is you didn't get attacked. So I think I'll just let you surge now. Make sure you get these kills. Ah, the skirmisher actually can't hit things that are right next to it. That's good to note. (81 HP). Yeah, we'll just start lighting these dudes up. I gotta take a little bit of heat damage. It's not really the end of the world. I'm a Colossus, right? Oh, they really want to kill those skirmishers. Oh, they really want to kill those skirmishers. They killed those skirmishers. That sucks. That's Scruff McGruff. Well, you have a beautiful trample here. It's hard not to say no to that. Especially if you can still turn around and do that kind of damage. All right, let's musk up all these dweebs. How much HP do these guys have? 700, 500, 500. Trample does 700. So if I was to go, say, here, could I trample through you? No, but if I went... here, I might be able to. Oh, good. No, unless I accidentally use my trample ability on nothing. And now that character is for sure dead. All right. How goes the Frenching? Okay. There's some weird quality of life UI stuff here going on, for sure. Oh, that was really nice of that guy not to use his turn. I'm very grateful for that. Not killing another one of my characters. So we'll just squanch them. That was rough. Skirmishers were 1 day from retirement. Right? In prison. Wow, that was a crazy army. So in here, like, we can spread propaganda via my army. In the support panel, no more actions left. It took an action for him to just split from the rest of the army? Okay. Oh, cool. This guy's got like a centaur robot. Dang it. The National Convention occurs after a regular strategic turn. When you finish your turn, click here to head to the National Convention. Okay, so I'm going to try again. Support view. Target the masses. Faction to condemn the royalists. Adds terror. Costs 100 radio waves. I guess the aristocracy is the only thing I need to worry about here right now. Ney arrives at a bustling street in Reims. The crowd is gathered, eager to hear what they have to say. Royalists are deceiving you. Join the Jacobians and fight tyranny. We wholeheartedly support this change. Cheer and applause. The Royalists like us. I feel like we need to maybe create something like a Colossus here. A duelist, a commandant, a cuirassier, a howitzer, and a fusilier. Currently, this guy is riding on a dragoon, so I feel like a cuirassier is probably what he wants. Pistol attack, saber attack, artillery, and a musket attack. I mean, I don't really have the money for any of this. I could almost get that one. Line infantry. Yeah, so I made grenadiers, but they just never spawned. Because I think I made them when I wasn't meant to. This guy looks for new recruits. And Bonaparte, you can also recruit someone here. I mean, I did just lose those skirmies. Heavy musket and a grenade attack. You have a rifle attack and a warning shot. Okay. Nine rebels, 7 rebels. He's already used his turn, so there's not really anything I can do there. All right, I guess National Convention then. Oh, wait, unless... yeah, we can also build buildings. But we don't really have the money for any of that, so okay. Here are the January election results. Each faction distributes its votes among the parties. This corresponds to how many votes each party gets in the National Convention. We get the worst amount of votes. Oh, so I guess it's like based on how many territory you have. Okay. Good afternoon. To shape the convention that in France, the National Convention is gathered to propose new reforms. Political participation. Votes for the masses. For 150. Property rights. Currently, there's votes for the bourgeois. All important. Okay. Privatization of public property. Protection of property rights. Confiscation of private property. Gain favor from the masses. Prisoner rights. Spare option for prisoners of war will lower terror. Oh, cool. So we can like ban other factions from being able to use printing presses. Only morale-based actions can be used against rebel militia members. Only damage actions can be used against rebel militia members. Oh, neat. I feel like votes for the masses is what we want here. You know, we're all about the people, so. Reforms have been put forward. Once you proceed, each member of the convention will vote. I would never suggest bribery. It may benefit you to negotiate if a vote seems undecided. Ban royalist publications and confiscate private property. Every citizen in France is equal, so too should every citizen be allowed to vote. What good is the vote of a farmer? They know nothing of running a country. Okay. Start debate. I imagine the royalists are all going to vote against us here. I can't bribe people? Marquis de Lafayette is for it. I thought it said I could negotiate with people. Royalist propaganda manipulating the will of the people should be forbidden. Yeah, I'm in favor of this. Yada yada yada. Okay. Very funny that she proposed it and all of her teammates are like, nope. Okay. Property of clergy, nobles, and traders. France must be given back to France for the good of the country. Skip the debate because there's nothing we can do. That one doesn't pass. All right, everything was rejected. What a great National Assembly. Wouldn't really say it seemed like it was the most useful, but... rude. Don't you steal that country from me. You better not steal that country from me. Yeah, dude, we did a terrible job of locking down territory, let me tell you. Mirror Blue arrives at your doorstep. The king has summoned me to Versailles. Will you join me? I guess so. King's smile at Mirabelle arrive fades as he hears your name. Citizen Bonaparte is an influential member of the National Convention with valuable insights. I've received reform bills from the convention. Upon reading these contents, I cannot agree with any of them. I wish to veto them all. All of them? My fellow members of the convention debated and drafted these reforms for the good of France. It would be imprudent to use your veto in such haphazard manner. Curse the Constitution. I am the King of France and I will do what I must. The royal finances are ruined. Roving mobs ransack the provinces. All this constitutional nonsense has achieved nothing. It has protected you. Protected you or incarcerated you? I feel cheated. This was to be temporary, but you all treat me like a child. I cannot travel without being escorted. You must be patient, magnanimous, blah, 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 blah. The king slams his fist in anger and frustration and regains composure. I will sign these reforms into law. We've rejected every single one of those reforms, so... This is untenable. The king will not cooperate for long. He's already planning a counter-revolution. But he's still a powerful symbol. Let's keep an eye on him. Okay, so if I want to, like, take more land, I basically can't. Not enough to move and attack. Okay, so just move then. The computer can just move. Bruh. Okay, well I can't win with any other character. Why is he allowed to move too, but I can't? All right, well, I guess, oh, this takes like a ton of points to do. Cancel. Can you rejoin the army? Transfer unit. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll upgrade that farm. The workers appear unmoved. And don't want to do it, but they do it anyway. All of you have army movement and army actions. Where do we even see these? Can I like control click to move, shift click, alt click? No control button. I don't know, I guess. Okay. I don't know, I'm just gonna end my turn. Definitely some pretty screwy stuff here in the way that it's working at the moment. So the Royalists march towards their rightful victory. Yes, well, I guess I cannot stop them. And they all march in there. Am I gonna have to fight them now? His Majesty and the royal family have gone missing. How did this happen? It's possible he flees to Austria. Looking for help from the Holy Roman Empire? Maybe, yep. He couldn't have gone far. We'll find him. Oh, position your army to the northeast near Charleville. Well, that's great. That's where I was literally going anyway. Why is my army back in Paris? I was one turn off that and able to take it. And now, I guess just no? You have no more actions left. Okay. I don't know. I guess end turn. Finding this a little frustrating. The way that the I don't know, like, why did my unit teleport? Why did one of my recruitments fail? Why can the computer move through squares and not attack, but I can't move through squares and not attack? Right? So now, like, I've lost this location as well. Blah, 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 blah. Catch him before he gets to Charleville. Oh, okay. So he wasn't there. He was here. And there's no way I can win this. Blah, 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 blah. They have troops there, and troops there. Okay, so at least it's in, like, phases. Let's move everybody up here before we start just lighting these dudes up. you know, some of them do get bonuses for like being together. So seems the game might have needed a few more QA passes or time in the oven. Yeah, that's sort of the vibe I'm getting right now. I guess you can't do much, so we'll motivate. And then we might as well just start shooting these guys. Bankroll. Still don't know what that means. Bankroll. Rally. I also don't understand, like, why is it that, like, sometimes we resist shots and other times we just absolutely get gibbed? Why can't I trample through these two? You know? Clearly, I should be allowed to. Grenade? Oh, okay. Grenades and AoE. It also did not. Failed to alert me of that. I would have expected it being a grenade, but there was no indication that it would do area damage. There was a part of me that was wondering, like, I was like, why would I ever use the grenade if the other one does so much more damage? Let's just keep you with everybody here, I think. Get those morale points up. I see what it's attempted to do. It could have been a fun time with the extra polish. Yeah, it definitely feels like it... The concept of this game is quite interesting. But having a few wacky things happen right at the beginning is, like, not... not a thrilling choice to have on it. So, like, if I move you up 1, and then I move you in 2, could I then throw a grenade at these guys and do damage to all of them? Interesting. I mean, these Hussars do not have guns, so we could just shoot them. If I go here, can I trample up through both of you? I can. Cannon, obviously, a little concerning. Let's just shoot these guys. Pivot. And then I think we'll just move you like here. They're gonna stab me. but get stabbed. Cannon doesn't look like it can shoot back. So we clean him up. Also, like, little quality of life would be like, you know, when you click something, like being able to speed up this animation with a second click would go a long way. Okay, so the king is in a Mechazord Colossus. I really want those guys up because they got the most HP. Kind of just seems like I can spam rally right here as many turns as I wanted to get all of my morale up to 100%. Gives me a 20 defense roll boost. Okay, they are all now engaged. Line infantry skirmisher hussars. What I really don't want to do is just like send my dragoon to his death. But also, given where we have room to move, I may have little choice. VM, how we doing, dude? Welcome on in. Welcome to the revolution. Well, I guess we'll motivate one more. Loyal rallies. Nice. That guy's out of range at least. Oh, they're all out of range. That's perfect. That means I can probably do things like trample all the way through. Let's surge. Didn't really seem like it did extra damage. Those are skirmishers. So these are the guys who only shoot, which actually are like, let's just chase them down with the dragoons right away because we can kill them off with a surge. No, they have what, 4 HP? 44 HP? Weak. I want to get those grenadiers up. I'm going to move these guys here. Then I can move them and grenade the lot of them. It's good damage. You'll get countered. So let's have you flank attack these guys. Then why don't I move you one, and can I bayonet charge them? It don't really seem like it. All right, I'm just going to bayonet charge these guys then, since it seems like my only option. And I guess they're just going to rally. Oh, you can also mech saber. Okay. I get Colossus in the back twice. So I guess it's just that quite literally they get like 2 attacks. Those homies just fled. They have so few left, I'm not even sure if it's worth worrying about. Let's chuck a grenade. Attempt to put a vulnerable Colossus out of action without destroying it. Only if the Colossus is below low integrity. Okay, so if I go here, can I then bayonet charge these guys? Don't see why not. Put a few musket balls in them. Really setting myself up to get trampled really badly right now, but I think that's all right. I'm gonna have these dudes just like run over here, get rid of the skirmishers, and now we just have the king to deal with. Ah, he got 2 attacks. I don't get 2 attacks. Only maybe if I trample and then attack. But he has opted to skip his turn? This is something I've noticed the computer has done quite a few times now as well. Just straight up skip. And I can't say I could see an answer for why they do it. Well, we'll fill them with holes in the meantime, I guess. You all have muskets. Fire away. He takes 500 heat damage and then goes after my horses. Medium integrity. Ooh, okay. It comes very close to killing my horses. Low integrity. So you can move in and disable Colossus. Disable failure. You can go in and disable Colossus. Disable failure. You can go in and disable Colossus. Disable failure. Is below low integrity. Low integrity. You can disable Colossus. Disable failure. You can come in here. Oh, you actually can't. Can you disable from range? Disable failure. Bent. I don't really want this guy to die, so I'm just gonna run him. He's gonna take heat damage and then do nothing else. So we're gonna disable Colossus. Success! Here we go. I want a free Colossus. Why that mech doesn't use cannons instead of a sword? I think just because it's a sword mech. There's different types of mechs. Mercy, I yield. Fine work, you've served your country well. As for you, your majesty, you've made a grave mistake. Let us return to Paris. The National Convention shall decide what to do with you. Dude, we can't just murder him? Yeah, check it out. Look, I got another duelist robot. So this guy's a really good pilot. Can I... like... put him here instead? I sure can. Okay, a bunch of my troops are wounded here. Now, I have no more actions left. I do have a little bit of money. Let's build a Jacobian club in Paris. They're stoked about it, it seems. You guys win that. You guys win that. Great. Terror has gone down a lot. So it seems like at a certain point you switch from just like military occupying to support occupying. And I guess that's what I'm kind of curious about right now. Because it seems like I'm not in so much as all-out war with the other units. The National Convention meets. His Colossus has been confiscated. The king's loyalty and country and constitution has come into question. Should he remain the king or should he be deposed? Dethrone him. He has betrayed France. He's the constitutional head of our nation. Legally, the government can't function without him. Divine right, the king is father to France. Without him, the government has no legitimacy. It will fan the flames of terror. If France needs a king, it need not be Louis. Royal blood is not scarce. France needs no king. Let us vote. Blah, blah, blah. The king must be dethroned. The fellow club members cheer as you announce your vote. By a narrow margin, they vote to allow him to remain on the throne. Okay, so what was the point of me even having a choice here? The people won't accept this. They will not accept him on the throne. Blah, 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 blah. Disable failure, me the last time. I know, right? I can't believe how many shots that took before we got it to work. So I guess we can't military anything anymore. But we can... spread... like, how do I know what targets are here, right? I don't know, the bourgeois. Oh, I wonder also, I guess because my stats are leadership 100, I'm really good at doing that. Where like Augustine would be really bad at doing that. Okay, so we flipped those people to our favor. We could then move here and try flipping more of them. Upgrade, upgrade, grant district, upgrade to 50. More influence per turn. 3,200. Upgrade City Hall in Paris. Okay, sure, why not? Don't really feel like we need this whole like dialogue cutscene every time we upgrade a building. It's not like clear. Like that time it was like, I want this person to lead it, but I never selected. It didn't seem like I selected someone to build it. Also, because that guy's leading this army. And these guys are doing like influence bombs and everything around them. Is this a mech or an exosuit? That is always the question. I have good news. The Austrian Emperor declared a declaration in support of King Louis. Safety of the royal family is of communal interest to monarchies across Europe. He seeks their support in strengthening the king's sovereign rights. He threatens the revolution. Some believe the emperor is reluctant to fully involve himself in his affairs, and this is merely a warning. Others believe the emperor genuinely fears for the safety of his sister or queen. There will be a vote on how France should react. France is not ready for war. We're in a civil war. Alright, I guess we'll go to the club for advice. Here concerning the news. Should we declare war on Austria? France would not be declaring war on Austria alone. Prussia seems to have allied themselves with Austria. The Russian Catherine sends Austria Fallogistan and gold. The French hate Austria. That hatred will blind them to their hate for the king. The revolution will lose momentum. The moderates will want war so they might unite under the king. The royalists will want this war only so that we may lose. We must vote against a war. If we strike Austria first, it would show some control. Sending our troops to France may even inspire other revolutionaries to rise against Austria. The United States of Belgium's were short-lived. Even our club is divided. That's politics. Ain't that the tooth, baby? Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we might as well just keep spreading propaganda here. I'll go against the bourgeois. No. I will target the bourgeois and condemn the moderates. And then I can have... Joachim is also, like, pretty good here. Target the aristocracy and get rid of the royalists, I guess. Alright, so we're flipping a little bit of this territory, I guess. And then it's a national convention. Well, we're up to 35 votes, which is good, but the royalists are also up to 53 votes. Dockdown, hello, how we doing, dude? Right now the masses don't actually matter. Only the nobility and the bourgeois really matter. Man, I don't know that we really need to... We could try votes for the masses again. We do have more votes, but the royalists also count now. You know what? I guess what's the harm in it? Allow execution and protection of citizens. Yeah, it's weird, because it was like... it said that there was like negotiation you could do during this phase. But there's clearly not. Guillotine should be used as a merciful form of execution. I mean, it is very French of us. I don't know that I want terror, though. Ooh. Wow, we actually were the determining vote on that one. Citizens of France should be protected within the violence. Yeah, this just says terror -5, but it doesn't actually say like what this causes, which I think is like we can't do hostile actions against militia. Anyway, it also fails. Oh yeah, okay, so there were negotiations there. If people abstain from votes, you can negotiate with them. Yeah, for absentees. I'm assuming the option to go into just like full all-out war will eventually rear its head here. Emperor Leopold seeks allies among foreign monarchs. Supposedly this coalition is to secure the safety of France's royal family. We received information that the Austrian camps Colossi at our border. Whether they intend this as a warning, we cannot say. We must decide how to respond. We cannot allow foreign kings and queens to govern France. Do not let pride dictate your vote. Think of what more war means for France. More debt, more blood, more chaos. We're already sick. Declaring war on Austria only exposes her. Let us begin. Our fight's within France, not outside of it. France shall not bow to her in-laws. Blah, 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 blah. I feel like peace is the... where, you know, if we're going for the people, leave Austria be. Blah, 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 blah. How long will peace happen? Like, that's peace with Austria, right? Which is like... we have these outside provinces, the Swiss Confederation, Italy. Even a bit of England up here is available. All right. We're doing really bad on support right now, so I think I'm just going to move up here and start megaphoning. As much as I can. No more actions left. I could flip all this stuff and maybe we can unite like northern France red would be good. Technically he's still in the old royal court there. Jacobean printing press. Church factory. Approval per turn. I'd like to get approval per turn in Paris. I mean, we have a Jacobean club. We could also just... okay, so the club gives us approval. The printing press removes approval from other people. All right. I guess because there's just like so much of the storyline integrated into the game, there's not a lot of like free form about it. There is obviously like some free form happening here, but 2 in 4 turns. Now, when you say coup, pray tell what you mean. Panic grips Paris in the early morning. Thousands of pamphlets are distributed. Australia has declared war against France. You fail to see the beauty of this declaration. Through war, revolution will spread beyond the borders of France. You arrive at the club. Blah, 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 blah. We got bigger things to worry about. The club has decided to topple the monarchy once and for all. The royalists are planning a counter-revolutionary coup. They believe themselves invincible. Are your sources credible? Yes. We must rally the people, take control of the government. The moderates will likely stand with the royalists. They do all they can to protect the king. We will have to meet them in battle. I will lead the assaults. 3 months. I guess every turn is a month. Yeah. So I feel like I need to split my armies here. Leadership and persuasion. I also just like don't understand what any of these stats mean. So I guess I'm gonna mobilize him. He has no movement points because I mobilized him. I can't transfer him units. Okay, that's good to know. So we'll rally some people up here. At least. The royalists are definitely like still the popular faction up here. So we'll do that again. So, interesting. We have the popular support up in a lot of this place, but we're not the elected faction. And I'm not entirely certain how that's determined. Because I guess things don't really change through the military. Right now, it's only support-based. Less fighting than I expected? Yeah, so far. How sub-factions will differentiate themselves if they do? Well, some are definitely more aggressive. Some definitely prefer the more military approach, some the support approach. It seems like there's kind of like a military as support and a centrist in every single faction. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from it. All right, you're going to go here, and you're going to, again, do one of these. Then I'll have you go here and also do one of these. We'll try to get the moderates down, I guess. And then next move, I'm going to move and recruit. Yeah, I guess I'm also like not really sure what the support does. Like, can you cause rebellions in areas to form if you have more support? Which would be kind of cool because it means you could like defend your borders but not necessarily be at war against someone. It is sort of weird that like despite owning military land, like other armies can just like march through your territory despite not being at war with you. Yeah, like I don't understand. We've lost all of our support up here. Even though this says like popular support, elected factions, it's not red. Okay, you're gonna move to Paris. And then you're gonna recruit. A new mech. Great outcome. Excellent. So he is now in charge of a robot. So we have 3 robots. I feel like that's got to be good news for us. This guy just needs line infantry here. And we'll build up a little army with him. I mean, at least the guys down here seem to be spreading a lot of good vibes. I think we have like 3 different sets of armies down here. Seems we're forming our power base in the south more than anything else. Do we tie people to ships and let them sink? Not yet. Though there was a fierce debate about whether or not to bring back the guillotine. Coup, 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 coup. Coup in 0 turns. Well, I want this guy recruiting more troops. That's faux show. Sarah's Dragoons. What is the difference between these? It looks like there is literally no difference in their stats. There is literally no difference in their stats. It's just that one is $100 cheaper. Light cannon, heavy cannon. I mean, this grenadier we had slapped, but I feel like right now this guy just needs more line infantry. Ah, you can recruit twice if you had the money, which you don't. But I guess you could say... you've already used your point, right? Okay. So we'll have him debuff the royalists. And we will have me debuff the royalists, the bourgeois. And then let's begin the coup. This is the time the guillotine was invented. Ah, yes, okay. Okay. I mean, I guess we're going up that way, so... Your fellow deputies hang back, allowing you to take charge. Lafayette and his men guard the palace. The general watches from atop his colossus. The traitors have arrived. Stand aside, Lafayette. I'm here at the will of the people. You, as a hero of the American War, should understand. I declare you an enemy of France. Viva la pooples. Viva la poop-poops. Okay. Okay. Line infantry, hussars, hussars, line infantry. I guess we'll branch out in 2 directions. Cavalry charge. Can only travel in a straight line. Oh, neat. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna bring me up the front. With, I guess, most of our line infantry. I mean, I could get on these line infantry, but I can't really. It's like a bit of a dangerous hit. I think I kind of just want to plug that gap right now. Then we'll motivate. Rally, rally, motivate. Rally, rally, rally. That guy did a rally and move, which is very funny. Because now he's just going to be blocking that path. Yeah, so I was a little bit worried about this choke point here. Because now none of these forces can get through. Ah, actually, you can still trample. Didn't think that was going to let me do that. You can also trample. This guy probably wants to move back and shoot, seeing as these guys could not shoot back. And I tell you what, let's just have those forces go there to block that path. Love that for us. Light those guys up. Light them up again. Alright, and we're gonna move you up. Let you take your flank. So I could move that guy, but the problem is then is that grenadier is like mega exposed. But it also does pretty good damage. $300 to 600. 1, 2, 3. It should be doing more than that. But I think it only counts like the ones you do. It's basically the same no matter what I do this as. Not very good. Not very good at all. What the heck is this? This is Bonaparte, a mechanized revolution. It is a Revolutionary War France game plus giant mechs. Case in point. Bada boom. We are playing as Céline Bonaparte. And we are just ripping dudes up. All right. We're gonna move you here. And then let you kill him. Then, can you not bayonet charge? 2 tiles in any direction. Ah, I see. Okay, so I guess the answer to that is no. So we'll just stab them in the back from point blank. Bring my grenadiers up. They also somehow got a flanking attack, which honestly is a bit surprising for me. Okay, for some reason I cannot charge these guys, but we'll shoot them in the back. These homies certainly have a nice flank. I mean, you guys have way more HP. Stomp. Pivot. I guess let's vent. And then motivate. Interesting choice. So we'll kill you. Start bringing these guys up. And I guess these guys up. Giant mechs in revolutionary France, so in other words, historically accurate. Yeah. I mean, this was my favorite part of the Napoleonic War. They definitely tried to write this part out of the history books, but they failed. We all remember it. Rally, 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 motivate. Rally, rally. Oof. Well, we didn't look like we didn't look. Looks like we didn't shoot back there. Horsey. The fact that the Colossus can heal 50% HP is pretty wild. I don't want all these guys facing backwards. Oh, you know what I could do is trample through him, actually. Well, you're gonna have to do that. And then pivot. Then I think we'll just put these guys here and pop a shot. So rally, rally. Move these guys up a little bit and rally. Does again also feel like some of this rally stuff is nuts busted on how many turns you could do it in a row. Like there's no limit and there's no rush on any of these maps, so can't quite get there yet. This guy has a lot lower movement than I thought he would. I will also say that for certain. Might as well trample through them. I mean, no reason not to. I guess that's what the Colossus does best, so. That guy a little bayonet charge. We'll do a little pivot. Little bayonet charge. Ooh. Managed to actually get the full kill there, so I guess we'll just move our grenadiers up for the final fight. These guys all get disciplined. Plus 10 to defense rolls for each adjacent ally with disciplined. Very nice. Architecture looks practically current. That's funny. I feel like Paris has always sort of looked the way that Paris looks, though. I mean, ironically enough, I guess this is meant to be Versailles. And I wouldn't really say it looks anything like the palace. You guys have a pretty good bayonet charge here. So, this ability doesn't work. It does not do 1.5 attack damage bonus, and it does not do bonus damage per tile traveled. I can say that pretty comfortably right now. I don't know how its damage is calculated, but it does not seem to be doing what it says it does. All right, well, at least these guys are all dead. Rah rah. Sis booba. Actually not that far up. Knowing that this discipline trait triggers when they're all together. I like doing that because it gives them all a bunch of extra defense. Okay. Oh, we did way more. Dished out way more than we took. Not so much that time, but we are running a bit hot right now. Grenade these dweebs. And their homies. Yeah, you're still a big old slowpoke, ain't you? All right. Yeah, I think he wouldn't be, but he is. I might as well force march you. And honestly, I might as well force march you as well. So at least like our main gang is all up here. Why don't you just take some shots? Like, you have 2 action points, right? Right, okay, okay. I might get her to use one of her heals in a moment. Doesn't seem like also there's casualty-based damage, which I find surprising. Like, they do the same amount of damage at full health that they do at low health. Momentum. Ah, my robot. My robot. How wooed. Holy hand grenade of Antioch. Well, that was enough. So I guess I can't trample through small guys. So we can at least try to take out those skirmishers. Can't get to that cannon, which has got me a little stressy though. If I moved you here, I could. Surge. So let's wipe out that cannon with our dragoons in one foul stroke. No. Almost, though. Cannon scares me the most, as it's a big gun. So we can do that and then pivot. If I move one square, I can then bayonet charge these guys. Now that did like 900 damage. Which basically is what it's meant to be doing. Let's get in a robot fight. Now I am HOTTOGO. So I got to make sure we don't get totally blown up here. Thankfully, he is going after the peasants. Thankfully, but also not thankfully, because I don't want these units to die. They have 27 HP. Oh, they're going to get shot for sure. No? Not shot for sure. Not shot for sure at all. Tell you what, I'm going to let this horsey come up here and kill these guys. Because everybody else has guns. So, like, I could move you out. And then... well, I'd be better off moving you in there. Then you guys just get to flank this mech in the back. Critical hit, 1694. Ooh. I was not aware that critical hits were a thing we could do. There's our medium integrity. Homie's about to explode based on heat. Overheated. Wonder how that's gonna work. Is he gonna get like stunned? Or does he just take extra heat damage? He's pretty much forced to vent. Oh. Disable Colossus. 5. Victory. Win a tactical battle without losing the surge actions bonus. Cool. Paris famously rebuilt in the 19th under the direction of Haussmann, right? Very, very much so. That classic look. The battle is won. The defenders flee. Bonapartists surround the palace. Arrest all the royalist deputies and find King Louis. In the king's bedchamber, Comte d'Artois. There's no time, Louis. We must leave. I cannot go, Charles. My escape will only tarnish our Majesty's name. They won't hesitate to kill you. Then I will face the revolutionaries with the dignitary of the king. The Comte goes red with anger. Take my children with you. You're now the hope of our dynasty. I will return with an army and crush these dissidents. Hold until then. Bonaparte's soldiers ransack the Tuileries Palace, arresting dozens of royalist deputies. We've searched the building. The king is under our custody. He's being transported to the Temple prison. One of the royalist leaders in Lafayette, nowhere to be found. They have fled. Yeah, people will never forget your heroism. As of this day, the French monarchy is no more. Rejoice, France is reborn a republic. Royalists are removed from the National Convention. Complete Act 1. Aha! I see how it is. Okay, and this is like our whole turn has already occurred here. Well, out of curiosity, I got to see the National Convention. We're up to 61 votes. They're down to 27. So I guess this is what support determines eligible votes only. So again here, we could say like, let's take votes for the masses, because I bet we could probably pass it right now. Blah, 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 blah. We can start the debate. We pass. Royalist propaganda is manipulating the will of the people and should be forbidden. Yeah, I'm also in favor of that. Debate is closed. Royalists aren't even allowed to vote, so... And the Jacobean propaganda is spreading unrest. It must be stopped. Why did it say we were in favor of that? And I mean, we clearly win that one. Wow, we really just like took control. Turns out all you needed was one good cue. One good cue. Back from outer space to wipe that sad look off your face. Hey, I'm not that sad. Oh. So it looks like military fights are back on the menu now. In the weeks following, the Jacobeans affirmed their power in the National Convention. To keep order, they publicly make peace with the moderates. Robespierre takes to the streets proclaiming their triumphs. Proud to announce our successions have been ratified. France's monarchy is no more. We are a republic. But take heed, however. Royalist rats will attempt to steer France from inequality and corruption. Should you find the Comte d'Artois or his League of Tyrants, bring them to us for justice. Robespierre's zeal inspires the citizens of Paris, but anti-Jacobean sentiment grows in the countryside. Emperor Leopold's declaration of war has unnerved the French citizens. Many find the shift from tradition difficult. You work tirelessly to preserve order, and one evening George Danton invites you to dinner, sits you at your table, and fills you with wine. You seem fatigued. The work fulfills me. I have yet to give you congratulations on the appointment of Minister of Justice. If you've not yet heard, I've secured a date for the King's trial. A symptom of cowardice. The king must be executed. While the moderates support the Republic, the waver when calling for the king's execution. Between you and I think even Robespierre hesitates. His dedication to the revolution is unwavering, but he believes in the king's guilt. However, he takes general issue with the death penalty. I'm pretty sure he tried to pass the death penalty. Unlike the first turn. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. National Convention, 4 turns. So, we are hostile to the ultra-royalists, but neutral to the blue guys. So now we can militarily take over white's territory, but not blue. And then the support, I guess, is just more about the National Convention. Ah, okay. You can also like trade resources with people here. Like these guys have butt tons of money, but not a lot of phlogiston. So there must be some sort of systems we can put in place there. You know, there's this whole like layer of it that's also like about, you know, building up all the special villages and everything. I guess you always sort of have a bit of an advantage because you start with Paris. Oh yeah, even Navarre, Aragon, Catalan. Interesting. I'm curious on how many of these like outside provinces actually take place. Most of it seems to be taking place within France itself. But you know, there's like the war with Austria breaking out and everything as well. So it leaves me some question. Leaves me some weird questions. But I think with the end of Act 1 and the execution of the king coming up, this is probably the perfect place for us to leave our first look at Bonaparte, a mechanized revolution. It's just hit its 1.0, so if you want to check it out yourself, it's got a few weird UI and quality of life things, especially in this first act, but I'm starting to get the feel of it now a little bit more, and it's feeling a bit better as time goes on. So if you want to make your own decision, check it out now. Otherwise, we'll see you back here next time. Until then.